Hello everyone! Here we are again with a new video about the R7 router, in which we will analyze its main functions such as repeat signals from an external USB Wi-Fi antenna. It supports 2.4 and 5 GHz USB Wi-Fi adapters, which are the most common at this time. So, it is still compatible with the old models, in addition to the new ones that will appear. We are going to open the box to check which components you should receive. The router must be connected to the current and includes this power adapter with 12-volt output, and this small-size connector is included. An Ethernet cable is included, although we will not use it for configuration. The instructions are in Spanish, but also can download from our website in English. And here, as the most important part, we have the router that we will test. The front is made of a shiny material. It has several LEDs that will inform you of the status of the router. The LED of the USB port will light up when it recognizes a compatible USB Wi-Fi adapter. When configured with internet access, the second LED will light up. The 4 LAN LEDs will light up when connecting a wired device to one of its outputs. When the router emits a Wi-Fi signal, this LED will light up. The power LED will remain illuminated when receiving power. On the back, you have several connectors that you need to know. The power connector to put the power adapter cable. You can press the reset button for 10 seconds to restore factory settings. 4 LAN RJ45 outputs. 1 WAN RJ45 input, and the USB port, where we will connect the USB Wi-Fi antenna. Now we are going to test it and see how its configuration is. Check the status of the LEDs and that we have connected a USB Wi-Fi adapter through which the router will receive wireless signals. And although we assume you already know, one of the main advantages of this system is to be able to place the USB antenna outside, in places far from the router, and thus detect more signals. Take your mobile phone and connect to the Wi-Fi network emitted by the router without password. It is normal you do not have access to the internet at this moment, since it is not configured yet. Open your web browser and type the IP address 192.168.5.1. If you do not remember it, it is written on a sticker under the router next to the access password that is admin and that we will now use. We are already inside the router, and now it asks us for the password that we have said is admin. This is the initial screen, where we can see a summary of the configuration. Click on the 3 lines at the top left to see all the options. Wireless settings. Software services. Network configuration. As you can see, it allows many interesting functions such as port forwarding, IP or MAC filtering, or firmware updates. Access Wireless Settings to access the Wi-Fi antenna's options. As you can see, there are two options. The first refers to the internal Wi-Fi antenna of the router, and that will emit the signal inside the house. And the second to the outdoor antenna, connected to the USB port. From this box, you can modify the configuration of the outdoor Wi-Fi antenna. Note that we cannot modify anything since it is not configured yet. Click on this box to detect signals through the external USB Wi-Fi adapter. One of the main advantages of this model is to be able to detect both signals in 2.4 and 5 GHz if you have a compatible antenna, which will allow you to have many more networks. It has also helped us to detect hidden wireless signals that we could not repeat through other systems. Select from the list the Wi-Fi signal you want to repeat from the box on the right. In this first box, we will write the password of the Wi-Fi network you want to connect to. Submit your changes to see a summary with your settings. This is the channel through the signal is received. Apply the changes to start the process. The settings are applied very quickly, and see how it appears already connected between 90 and 97% quality. We will already be connected to the main Wi-Fi network, and in a few seconds, it will appear with internet access. Open YouTube or any application to access the internet. Check how we already have internet access while changing the top icon. We are going to enter the configuration again, because if you have noticed, we have created the network with the name that the router has told us, and we have not set an access password. Remember the two options that appear. The first one was the router's broadcast configuration, so we will modify this configuration. In this field, you can modify the name of the Wi-Fi network that the router or SSID. Select that you want the network to be encrypted with WPA2. Type in this box the access password for the network that will be created. In this way, you can create a Wi-Fi network inside the house that is not open. Save and apply changes. Now, you will lose access to the old Wi-Fi network. Access the wireless network settings and check how the new network appears with a padlock icon, since now it has a password. Use the same password that we have just indicated to the router in the configuration. And in this way, you can create a Wi-Fi network in your home through this system with the R7 router and an antenna compatible with 5 GHz. We hope that the video has helped you to know how this new router model works, and you can see the advantages over the previous model.